Okay, Tasha K was online going off on everybody. She also did an interview with Adam 22 on No Jumper. They had a cute little bite on there too. We're gonna get into it. Let's talk.
To rebrand himself.
To be clear, right here, she's going in on Joe Budden. As we've all heard, Joe Budden did an interview with Tasha, and Cardi apparently stopped the interview from happening. And so Tasha went off, and here's what she had to say.
After they labeled him a drug addict, a woman beater, all of these things. But I should have known that when he sat his ass on Drink Champs and he said out his own mouth that when Jay-Z calls, he gets scared. And I said that to him in the interview that I did. I said, you and I, even though we're the same, but the way you move and the way I move is different. Jay-Z can't call me and tell me to bark. He can't call me and tell me to bite. Jay-Z don't pay none of y'all bills, but for you to be a black man to sit up and just bow down to this other black man and he ain't did a motherfucking thing for you, he didn't even remember saying that. But then when I hear, oh, he's got to comb through the interview, he's got to make sure this and make sure that, I bodied each and every one of those black men to the point that all of them said after they were done, we're winos. Tasha, you can come back here anytime you want. I sat outside and I had a conversation with this black man. I said, you know what's sad is that we cannot, as black media, stick together for the betterment of the people. And he was like, black media will never do it. Black media will never do it. And now he's literally owning up to his own words. We're black media. We're not supposed to be friends. We're not supposed to have industry colleagues to the point where it affects the work. When it starts to affect your work and your judgment, when a BBL starts to fuck with your mind and your dick, and
Cardi
you
B
make
is the BBL.
bad decisions based off of outside aesthetics, and you ignore doing the right thing, but when the BBL turns around and tries to say you kicked babies out of her stomach and broke ribs, now you want the non-BBL bitch to speak up for you. This is the type of nigga that Joe Budden is, and I honestly regret sitting down with him and giving him that one interview that would shake social media so bad that it shook his fake ass in that lace shirt with his belly sitting over his dick, that he did exactly what the BBL told him to do, because just like every other weak ass black man, they choose ass over bills. Now I want y'all to clip this.
Clip it.
Yes, angry, black, bald head.
Skellaway.
That's what I want you to clip. And I honestly regret giving him the interview that I should have gave that cracker, Adam 22, when he had the intelligence to read my case, instead of me sitting down with a black man that is supposed to have my back when I'm supposed to have his back, when Latino women are out here saying that he's breaking ribs and kicking babies out of their fucking stomachs. Then you want the black woman to come sit in court and picket for your bitch ass.
And that's why I don't do that. That's why I told y'all I'm on a case-by-case basis person. I'm on a case-by-case basis with you niggas. Okay? I told y'all, don't expect that from me. Case-by-case basis.
Don't play with me. Don't play with me.
Earring that fell out and everything.
Black people don't get ahead because we can't fucking stick together. We want to try to mask it and blame crackers. But no, it's your jealous bitch ass.
Yeah. I mean, anybody that's watched a documentary on the black person being a martyr, you know that that's usually how these things play out.
Fucking right, I'm mad.
It's the stuck face for me.
And you want us to settle.
She's so effortlessly fun.
That's why you chose a black woman. Shout out to Melissa Ford. But let me say something. I said this to her. You chose Melissa Ford for that platform because she would never stand up to your bitch ass. You are the type that hates women with a fucking voice. So when they cry and say, oh, somebody did this to me, you feel sorry for the pussy until the rabbit got the gun on your bitch ass, calling you a drug addict, calling you a woman beater.
Because he is.
But you innocent. But you
He
ain't
not.
take the time to read my case, nigga. You ain't never picked up the motherfucking court documents. You just believe that bitch. Because she got a BBL and a pussy. The same bitch that'll turn around and say you kicked the baby out her stomach.
She's basically putting all of the BBLs together. It's not Latina women. She said Latina because it's Cardi, and then he had, he was with the other one. The baby mama's a Latina lady. But no, the BBLs is for the other black girls that he be talking about. Okay. Tasha's going in. Tasha's upset. I think Tasha has a right to be upset, but yeah, my head is starting to hurt. I feel like her pressure was up after this.
Don't fucking play with me. So yes, I'ma push this cracker above you. And I will never in my life ever consider color or expect a black man such as yourself to have a black woman's back. And the next time these bitches get up to say you beat their ass, I'ma fucking believe them. The same way you believe that bitch.
Else's.
And you should. I've been telling y'all that, and you should, and you should, and you absolutely should.
Squad holding them down, and they're just using me as the front man. And don't play with me like that, because y'all know I fuck with Cardi. But I mean, I stand in what I said about the song. And I said it pretty respectfully.
You did.
Yeah, you did.
I ain't here to come in and shatter nobody's dreams. You see, I ain't put the Shorty interview out, the Tasha K interview out, the day that she put that record out. That would have looked foul. That would have looked nuts. Maybe wouldn't have got that invite to the party.
Yeah, it's fucked up though. Today it's either you gotta support it or don't say nothing. That's the way they treat you. Like if you don't like something, don't say it.
To rebrand himself after they labeled him a drug addict.
Wow. So yeah, basically Tasha and Joe were supposed to do an interview, and because of Cardi B complaining to him, he scrapped the interview.
Just to clear for the community, some people were kind of, just worried about why you chose her in general. Can you just explain why might you had respected her work at one time?
Oh, you talking about Shorty Doo-Wop?
Yes, indeedy.
And keep in mind that we said at one time. That does this statement that he says has no reflection on how he may feel now.
No, listen.
And
The
recording.
girl's work ethic is her work ethic.
Yeah, they did the interview, and
Like,
he didn't put it
Yeah,
out,
she has it. Can't nobody take that away from her.
which is some
I wanted
bullshit.
to learn more about
Period.
her.
Waste
Clearly
my fucking
negligence
time.
on my part with that whole her Cardi. They both seem to be entirely too passionate about whatever occurred for even a regular interview to go down. But the interview wasn't coming out not because of Cardi. Like I already told her, that interview was a problem.
Just to clear for the community, some people were kind of, just worried about why you chose her in general. Can you just explain?
Legally, financially, and algorithmically, there was a lot going on in that interview.
This is bullshit.
It would be foolish of me to just put out an interview with the girl that just got sued and lost for $4 million without checking this. So all of this other shit just happened.
You had ample opportunity to check this before you asked her for the interview. Now you just backpedaling and pussy popping, trying to act like this is about, illegalities. It's not. It's not. It's given you want to keep your seat at the table. So you're going to take the interview and not use it because Cardi said so.
Happened to happen while my lawyers was looking at this. Like that's just a very destructive type of energy that I wouldn't have got that from her without meeting her. Like meeting her and hearing her story, and it's like, oh, this is why you like this. It's like, oh, okay, this is why some things are maybe hindering your progress. Oh, this is why there's levels to this. The way you moving is still kind of low. I don't want to say low level, but it's
Low
How
vibrational.
how dare you?
yes,
How
yes,
fucking
yeah,
dare you, my nigga?
yeah. It's a lot of that. So
I'm sorry, y'all. Tasha's not perfect. I'm not, y'all know I don't always agree with the way Tasha does her shit, but that's her shit to handle. You know what I'm saying? For me, for him of all people to be passing that judgment is bullshit. Like, y'all, what I really have learned about this industry is that nobody's hands are clean. And essentially, to work in this business is to, on some level, be okay with some bullshit or ignore some bullshit. YouTubers have a certain amount of freedom that means we get to operate outside of that space. We get to know what's going on, but we also get to be able to say whatever the fuck we want to say about it, as long as we're being smart about the way we say it. And to be honest, the freedom in that uh means that you don't always have to bend to people's will just because they are a big name. And I feel like Tasha just doesn't want to be punked by people because they're a big name. And I have to respect that because there are too many black women and too many women, period, that allow motherfuckers to punk them over being a big name. And I respect the fact that she refuses to. Even if I don't agree, I respect. I respect her ability to still do whatever it is she feels like she should do, no matter how the world feels about it. Cause you gonna be pissing people off. You gonna be pissing people off along the way. Whether you doing it the right way or the wrong way, you gonna be pissing people off. And being able to shut out the noise and still do what you feel like is best for you is not easy to do. And it takes a certain amount of, prestigious fortitude out this motherfucker. So I respect her at the end of the day. And I feel like what Joe did was some bullshit and some punk ass shit. And you should have never took the interview with her if you cared that much. Yeah, she reached out to him, but I'm not sure how we deduced it was Cardi who made him scrap the interview. He shouldn't have done it because Cardi was on the radio thing with him. And Cardi was mad about what he said about her song. But instead of it being about what he said about the song, and he literally said that her and Meg sound like two people that don't know how to make a song. So I don't know how that's not being harsh about it, but okay, fine, whatever. He said the song was trash. She got on the radio talking to him. His energy was different. And she started bringing up how he gonna take that interview with Tasha. You doing an interview with the ops. It was all public on social media. So once she had that conversation with him, then all of a sudden Tasha's interview wasn't being put out. So that's how we know it was Cardi. Joe still trying to be invited to them Rock Nation brunches and media events. He's playing the same game he accused Rory and Mal playing, which is hilarious. I don't like either one of them, but I wouldn't release it either. And but that's just, to me, that's bad business. That's bad business at the end of the day. Like, I don't like that. I'm sorry. I just don't. Don't waste people's time. Don't waste people's time. He was interviewing her along with everybody else. She had just did an interview on Kevin Hart's platform with Earthquake. So she was doing the rounds already. And he was on the rounds. Wendy Williams said, you can't have friends. Listen, that's why when people be asking me that, I'm like, we are business associates. We are business associates. Why would he do the interview just to not release it? That's weird. I'm telling you, he did the interview because he didn't think anybody was going to be thinking about what he was doing. And then when Cardi expressed the fact that she felt away, then especially expressing it publicly, now she has the pull, I believe, to pull the interview. For real. And I feel like unless you have been offered an opportunity that would be good for your platform and have somebody snatch it, you don't understand how it could feel like people are intentionally fucking with you. Joe messy ass wanted to get the tea. It must have been a little hotter than he expected. I think Tasha is funny, but most times, but sometimes she does go too far. But I agree with her regarding this. I just don't know if it's Cardi behind it being pulled. Hey y'all, did she talk about the toxic couple? Not yet. I'm gonna get to them. Joe said the tea is too hot. Get somebody else to do it. And listen, ultimately, it's still his platform. He can do whatever he wants to do with his platform. But I'm just giving y'all my opinion. And my opinion is don't waste people's time.
This I just feel like it's like he has an issue with me, and it was beyond the critique of bongos. It's just like you inviting bitches that said the rudest, nastiest shit, but when what's them niggas name they used to do podcasts with?
Oh, Maul.
Yeah, Mal, and the little other guy.
Yeah, when Maya Rory say we fuck shit about you or lies about you, you get so defensive. You want to clear it up. You came at Taxstone because Taxstone says something about you. You want to clear it up, and you expect people to understand you, and you expect people to take your side. But I had to go to court. I had to go to court because this woman, like, it's beyond saying that I have herpes, right? Like, come on now, like, it's beyond saying I have
Right.
herpes. Like, this woman tried to run a I drug men campaign. She
Yeah.
she paid
Yeah.
men to say that I drugged them and raped them. She claimed that my dad. This I just feel like it's like he has an issue with me, and
Okay. So there are some arguments about what's been said, but I told y'all I've never heard Tasha say anything about Cardi's dad. I have heard her talk about the herpes situation. I have heard her talk about drugging and raping dudes, and she put out that video with somebody sticking a thing in a thing. And yeah, Tasha took it absolutely too fucking far with her and Cardi, which is why she got sued. Okay? But ultimately, I do feel like people be trying to punk YouTubers. Like, you want to use us, but then when we do something you don't like, then you trying to like come at people neck and shit like that. It's up to a person how they want to handle a situation. But Joe is no better than Tasha to me. And he's worse to me because I feel like he's a worse human being at the end of the day. I don't recall Tasha being accused of kicking any babies out of anybody's stomach. Joe is with Megan, not Card. Yeah, he doesn't like Meg. He sided with Tori because of the shit that Tori told him and the whole situation. So I really feel like fuck him at the end of the day. Cardi is on this race to censor YouTubers. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of being censored, y'all. And that's just where I'm at with it. And that's why I just kind of feel like I'm not mad at Tasha. I'm not mad at Tasha, and I feel like she should defend herself in any way that she can because they do take advantage of the fact that they think that you're small and then they can just beat up on you over some shit that ain't even that deep. People gonna talk they shit about you whether you like it or not. Okay? Um but with that being said, y'all, that's all I gotta say about it. I know she also got into it with Megan from Basketball Wives, but girl, I just don't care. I just don't care. I just don't care about that. Let's go ahead and move on. Girl, why is Cassie's man y'all, why Cassie man always putting Diddy on the spot? Like at this point, don't we all know that Diddy is a spicy man that likes to take his part in all of the activities that he can take his part in. I have been telling y'all that he is Hugh Hefner, meaning that he is probably one of those people that's an energy vampire. They suck energy through sex. They use young women and other people's energy to carry on their energy. They're fucked up, like, narcissistic people. But men in power, and I tell y'all all the time, men in power are usually more open about being bisexual. And I mean open about being bisexual, meaning they don't tell the public, but the people in their circles know, and they have the freedom to do it. Like there are so many men in the industry, so many famous men, black men in the industry that go both ways. And y'all know they go both ways. Y'all just don't want to talk about it. Everybody whose hair is a little bit too done, everybody that wants to color their beards and all of this weird ass shit. Not all of them, but a lot of them, I think, like both. I think that a lot of these men, especially in the industry, are a little bit more sexually fluid than they want to admit because it's not good for the brand. But essentially, look at Diddy in this photo. Cassie's husband, Alex Fine, is calling Diddy out on the alleged closet once again. After leaving a shady social media comments, excuse me, y'all, under a video of the mogul. I thought I had saved the comments. I thought I had saved the comment, y'all. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. He's so old and fruity. Nah. Is Cassie's man throwing a little shade at Diddy or nah? The gotta move on in all caps. Okay. Alex Fine, happy Pride to all my LGBT plus friends. Attached to charity that helps people who are in the closet and gotta move on, along with other resources. Oh, wait. So Diddy lets his ex Cassie know he's gotta move on since they're split 4 years ago in new song. Oh yeah, I remember. This is old though. This song is old, but I guess the fruity one is new. Child, y'all don't have to remind us. We already know that Diddy likes the boys. We know Diddy likes the boys. And we're waiting on surviving Diddy. Okay? Like, it's it is what it is. I feel like Alex Fine is speaking for Cassie because Cassie can't speak for herself. I believe that Cassie signed an NDA, so she is not able to speak about what has happened in the relationship between she and Diddy. But it also makes me feel like over time, Diddy might be reaching out to Cassie whenever he feels like it, which is why Alex Fine is like, say, bruh, stay over there with your weird ass, okay? That's what it's giving. That's what it's giving. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and move on to the last topic.